Welcome back to A Nightmare on Fear Street. I am Celeste Ray, and I am still in my afterglow coming out of Overlook Film Fest in New Orleans this year. It was a great time, and I am here with a surprising turn of events. I'm here to talk to you about Depraved out of Overlook. That's right, I am doing Depraved, a 2019 throwback in the Larry Fessenden filmography. You thought I was gonna do Trauma or Monsters All, didn't you? No, because I'm mad with power and I do what the fuck I want as an ungoverned bitch. So I'm here to talk to you about this movie I'm late to, but I really fucking dug. I don't know me, but I do know there's probably gonna be some spoilers. Also, this is like 7 years old, so most of you've probably seen it and kept it from me, to be fair. But there will be spoilers if you two are late, so you can stop it, and go watch the movie, and then come back and see why I like it enough to do a review on it. I think that's the order of events. Yes. Anywho's, the synopsis for Uncle Larry's Depraved. A delusion-filled surgeon who is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder makes a man out of body parts and brings him to life in a Brooklyn loft. That's right, y'all. Uncle Larry did a Frankenstein, and we fucking won. I've seen a lot of Frankensteins in my day. I'm a girl who aspired to be Mary Shelley as a child. And so like I think I subconsciously put this one off when I found out it was going to do that, because I've seen a lot of bad Frankenstein in my day. And I never want to see Uncle Larry take an L in front of my face if I could avoid it. And so I was very happy that I was a lucky fool who popped the fuck in and was like, I'm here for the whimsy on a Sunday. You're doing Uncle Larry's quadrilogy. I'm gonna see the two I've not seen, which was this and the new one. And this one fucking rocked, y'all. This one fucking rocked. If you don't know, Uncle Larry's quadrilogy has been going for a hot minute. Habit, Depraved, Blackout, and the new movie Trauma or Monsters All are all in there. And again, it is him doing what he does best, which is making indie film and saying all of the things out loud that should be said. We love when filmmakers who are white men use their privilege for good. We love it. We love to see it. More people should do it. More people should do it. Anywho's, I like this movie so much that I kind of had identity crisis in the mall, because before this, Habit was my girl in this whole series. It was just Habit, obviously. No shade to anybody else, but firing at different cylinders. And I sort of sat outside being like, do I like this more, or am I just sad? Is it hitting me in a weird place? And so like I'm gonna tell you this is one of the better Frankenstein situations we've seen. It just fucking is. Again, as a 90s kid, I've seen so many miniseries, I've seen so many adaptations, I've seen so many loosey-gooseys. I am usually disappointed with them, aside from Birth/Rebirth, which is on Shudder. Watch that one. I'm usually more often disappointed, left wanting and wondering if we all read the same source material. However, um, Fessenden introduces us to messy, relatable people and their complicated relationships, and he makes it possible. It makes it impossible for us to not invest in them. Words are hard. Uh, whether it's a relationship that's left unfinished or a weird father figure you haven't realized is like your actual monster, the movie's gonna punch you in the gut. Again, as a person in the world surviving 2026. I know math. It finds a way to get into whatever is unhealed in you and sort of shakes it. And I think that's part of the reason why I walk out a different bitch. I also am just here to sing the praises of Chloe Levine as Lucy. That is the film's undersung hero. It's the heart of the movie. That poor girl is haunted and has no answers for what happened to the man that she loved. Every time she gets a moment on screen, and again, it's not really her, because we're here for Frankenstein's monster, so it's got to go to the dudes, unfortunately. But like every time you see her, you just want to like hug her and you want to tell her it's not going to be okay, but it's going to be okay, which again is on brand for this whole fucking decade. Um, I love that we got so much of her journey, and I love that we got to see how this act of violence leaves people behind. That is something that I find very interesting as a person in the world who has some unhealed traumas. I also just want to go on record as saying Owen Campbell was giving us sad people before we knew he was giving us sad people, because Alex is another person that is so effective, and that you can't help but not feel bad for his ending. He was here for a short time and not a good time. And he leaves Lucy wondering what happened because of how this movie opens, which is kind of a gut punch, because like I know I come to horror to see people get got, but not like this. I It set a depressing tone that kind of just like was palpable the whole movie. And I was definitely trying to not stifle in my seat while making a new friend. It was a hard day. It was a very hard day that Sunday. But yeah, I also Alex Bro plays Adam, aka our monster. Also, Alex Bro's name did not look like Bro. I double checked my own fucking work. But he plays our monster, and he's such an open wound that is just demanding your empathy and sympathy that you cannot feel bad for this poor baby monster who's figuring out he was made and who made him and why he was made and what life is as he's remembering things from some of the body parts and brains, perhaps of the couple we talked about earlier. And so like it is hard to not want to follow him in this world. It is hard to not root for him. I also love that Fessenden does not pull the punch of letting our Frankenstein's monster, if you're nasty, find out what life is when somebody is killed at his hands for reasons he does not understand and are above him and what has been taught to him. Because a lot of people like to dance around that and be like, no, we've animated a monster in my adaptation, but he's not going to kill. Girl, get over yourself. I fucking love that we do this, and I fucking love that his loneliness and need to connect to humans drives that. That's the power of storytelling. That's what you should be picking up when you adapt something is the core themes and the things that matter. Oh, I'm gonna throw a shoe. Anywho's, I was here for what he pulled from the novel. I was here for what he Fessedened onto the novel, and I think that it is very much the kind of shrewd political things that we come to Fessenden for. If you're not familiar with his work as a filmmaker, please go fix that. A lot of you know him from being in the movies, which yes, he's a good actor, or his video games, which yes, those are also bops. But I think that particularly Habit, and Depraved are your girls. If you and I have things similarly that we are drawn to, I think that those are the two for you. Do the whole quadrilogy because it's a fucking event. I was lucky enough to do it with him in the building for all of them over the course of 2 years. Yes. And so it was sort of fun to be like, I'm late to this, but also I'm watching it now, and he's going to explain what some of the things are and answer some of our questions. Like, we love interactive learning and watching. That's cinema, babes. But anyways, this is getting long. Let's wrap this shit up. This movie is dizzy, scrappy, and messy in the ways that the story and this iconic monster deserves, which is another reason why it's effective and why it like shook me a little bit. It's the kind of Frankenstein shit that I've been looking for because again, people love to be like Mary Shelley and then do something else and get outside of Beyonce's light, and I'm not here for it. I You can make it your own and also like understand why it does what it does and what it needs to do. New rant. This is also just a weirdly effective. As someone who's a jaded bitch, I didn't expect to have feelings when I went to see Uncle Larry's Frankenstein inspired movie. And that's on me. That's on me. Cause you know what? I saw cinema. Good day. Did I like it? Obviously. That's why we're here with a review for a movie that is older than the podcast. Who would have thought? I'm giving it 3.5 Frankenstein cocktails because yes, just yes. Please see it. I think it's on AMC Plus, perhaps Shutter. I could be a liar, and I should have fact checked that before razzle dazzling you with possible lies. That's on me. Anywho's, if you agree or disagree with this assessment of Depraved, you can say so respectfully in the comments. If you can't be respectful, don't say it. That's where we're at. That's where we're at because we'll all fight, and then it's a whole day gone, and I'm me. Anywho's, thanks Overlook Film Fest for letting this podcast into your doors once again. I no longer have unfinished business with Uncle Larry's work in this quadrilogy, which is a real word we all learned that weekend. English. And I am a new person. I believe in love. I believe in laughter. I'm gonna like stop being mean to certain Frankensteins I've seen in the past decade for a day. Bye.